But anyway, so today I really wanted to wrap it up,
Okay.
the progress that you've done, because it's always nice to go back to the steps. So I have it written down over here. So yeah, I remember that you wrote at the beginning, you said your goals. There were 3 goals: listen to and act on what my natural gut is saying. 2, get my waist to 25 inches so I can fit my clothes comfortably. 3, feel motivated to work on my company yoga coaching online course. Okay.
Yeah.
Did you accomplish all of that?
I accomplished the first 2 for sure. And then the third one, I ended up working on my retreats, my yoga.
Which is still your company.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And you're still, I mean, there's so many things in business, right? But you, since the beginning, you were doing the work. You were like, I'm getting up, I'm doing my journal, I'm going to yoga. And then you were doing something with business, right? Like you were meeting with your partner.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. I meet with her.
Yeah. So, I mean, things have moved forward. So, and sometimes when you feel like, oh, I have a plan with my business and then something else happens, like, oh, I want to do retreats, and that lights you up. But that's okay. You're still working on that. You're still putting energy.
Yeah. Yeah. And then I have my saying on my phone the whole time. I'm doing this so that I stay as youthful as I can for as long as I can. I use my body every day, and taking care of it brings me joy. As the more I take care of it, it takes care of me.
Oh my goodness. I love it. Okay. So takeaway and commitments. And so I'm going to read you the first sentence, and then you kind of come up with your own answers. I am more mindful of after the
I am more mindful of, I guess, is mindful like cautious? Like I'm more cautious of, I think the most between us, I'm more cautious about what I eat more than anything. Because remember before I was like a little bit scared to even eat because I didn't want to gain weight. And then now it's like, no, I can't eat. And I have my gluten-free bread, which is like completely mind blowing because first of all, I never thought I was going to like it. And then second of all, like I'm eating bread again, which makes me feel more normal than not. So
yeah, it's all in your mind, right? We think like we are deprived from food, but there's so much goodness out there. Yeah. So I like the word mindful. It kind of starts a positive feeling. Cautious could be, I like to use the word mindful. Yeah. Because you are more mindful. That's exactly what it is.
Okay.
It's like, oh yeah, like you are taking care more of the food that you're putting in. And you like the bread, which is, it's true. I love bread too. You know, I love my sandos. So, okay. I need more of, like, what do you need more of in your life?
I think I'm still working on, I need more of, I don't know if this is right, but more of like human connection, I guess.
Love it.
Because I have my cute, you know, I have my circle, which is good. And I've kind of outgrown some other friends. And it's very nice because remember I told you about the drama that happened with James. And then I was like, okay, here's my boundary. And then it came back and then it went away again. And he'll randomly send me a message like, today he said miss you. And I go, I am always thinking of you. And that's all I sent. And he totally got it. Like he understands, like we can't be where we were because we're both growing in our own different way right now. And so that's good. But I would like to figure out like how to have not a new circle, but you know, some new people in my life, some human connection, I guess, you know, talking.
Yeah. And so you know about manifesting. You're a manifestator, you know, manifester. And so how would you do that?
I guess I could, that's funny. I just like literally Googled it this morning. I Googled how to bring in like-minded people. So I think
you've got to call it in. Yeah.
That is one. Just
yeah, call it in.
who are in the same mindset of where I'm at in regards to manifestation and being healthy and discipline and things like that.
Yeah, and so the more you call them in, the more they are going to come, but just be open to when they're going to come, because I did that and it took me honestly 1 year to finally find my soul sisters. And that's okay. I was like doing my own things, but now I found them. And it's a group of 4. And again, you might need just one, like I started with 1 and then 2 more. Yeah, so right now we meet every week and we do our things. Like you just talk, you know, those people, those soul connections that you just talk about without filtering. Like you can talk about manifesting, you can talk about everything and you feel like so welcome. So I would say just put it in. Hey, I'm looking for, and it's going to happen because you know how to do that. I have more of, and I want you to complete it. Could be more confidence.
No, I mean, yeah, I do. But I definitely feel like I have more love for myself. Waking up with the sun and just doing my morning routine has been so much fun.
I love it.
I'm sad that not everybody does it. I
I
mean, I'm
know,
not sad
right?
about it, but I tried, like my poor sister, this whole entire time I told her to do it. And she's like, I really try, but it's different of when you do it, like not forcefully, but it's like, okay, I have a coach. She says, I got to do this. So let me do this. Because if you don't try to do it, then you're not going to experience what those results can be. And then the more you start doing something, you start listening more about it. Right. So I was listening to, it's like a tape. And then they start saying, hey, wake up with the sun, do this, first thing you do before you even put your feet on the ground is think of getting to that happy place, think into those positive moments, use the first 17 seconds of your life, and you go to the next thing, and all of a sudden I'm like on the treadmill, finishing my mile, and it's like, shit, it's only 7 o'clock in the morning. Like,
and you're feeling so accomplished, right?
Yeah, you feel so accomplished. You have so much you can do. You're just like, what? It's really cool.
It's so cool. I know. And the accountability helps so much. That's what you're saying. And that's how I started too. I was like, yeah, right. I know all of that. But I did it when I met my coach, and then that became part of my routine. So absolutely. Okay. So the healing work helped me. And then you complete.
The healing work helped me break through things that I didn't even know that I needed to be healed, which is really cool because then it brought my confidence back up. I think definitely both times. My communication style with my mom too. I think the healing helped with that, to understand where she's coming from. Even though it wasn't my mom in my healing session, it was my aunt, but it put a lot more like softness, I guess, into understanding what's happening.
Yeah, right. And again, that maybe wasn't the time, but it brought so much understanding already. And maybe who knows, the next session you might feel she's going to come up. You're always in control of what you can see or you're ready to face. But I think your aunt, like you're saying, it was a softer way to get into that part of your life. Yeah, because you felt more confident, you felt safer probably with her.
Yeah.
So then, yeah, but that's okay. Healing happened, and maybe at some point your mom shows up, in there.
Yeah. So,
but yeah, tell me more about your morning routine and meditating connects you with
my morning routine, it connects me with
yeah.
myself, my strengths, I think. I know doing my morning routine just gives me more clarity. Like I'm able to see and have more thinking, better thinking, like more ideas that I can take action with. And also, this is so freaking cool. I've been remembering my dreams, and instead of my dreams, some of them are still weird, but like I get messages in my dreams.
Yeah. Oh my God. I'm so glad that you're saying that. Because since you told me last time that you were remembering, and I think so too. I have had crazy dreams and I'm writing it down. So thank you. Yeah, you're right. So messages. And so you're exploring that side of yourself as well, which
Mhm.
probably got activated, right? So I'm so glad. Let me know if anything, just if you see the messages that become true in your life. Let me know. Keep me posted.
Yeah, because like when I first I don't know. I don't remember if I told you this or not, but this was months ago, like, I don't know, around my birthday or something like that. I had a dream where my message was the purpose of my life. And I know it was because when I woke up, I had it in my head, and I had it and I said it and I knew it, and I had it and I said it and I knew it, and I had it and I said it and I knew it. And I was just exploding with it, blah, 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 blah. But then life happened or whatever. And I
Yeah.
went out to eat and I drank and I had dinner, blah, blah, blah. And then I forgot it. And I said, what the fuck? Why didn't I write it down? What is it? Why did I feel like I had my purpose? And then now it's gone and I couldn't believe it. And then that was just like mind blowing. I was pissed. And I was like trying. And I said, of course you have to let it go. So that way you can receive the message again. But what I've been doing now is as soon as I wake up and I remember, I text it to Ryan. So like last night I had a message at 12:38 in the morning. I went to bed pretty early, and I said, clean up your website. It will make it easier for other people. And I just, like, you could tell I even wrote it like the most nastiest way. It's like not even like, it's like dream texting. And I
Yeah,
was
but
like,
yeah,
message.
that's good. I mean, it's accountability. You're kind of texting him to remind yourself.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. He doesn't care. He's not even doing anything about
And
it.
that's beautiful. Yeah, I think everybody should do it. And I love that you just feel so free to do that. Some people are not there. Yeah.
Yeah. I had a dream that it said that I was, I didn't tell you that I had a dream that I was a writer and that I was
Mm-mm.
writing 3 books. And in the dream, somebody asked me, oh, so you're a writer? Oh, no. Sorry. Somebody gave me my book for me to sign it. Like I'm
Yeah.
autographing. And I said, wow, what is this book? And she goes, that's your book. And I was like, this is my book? She's like, yeah, you're the writer. And I was like, I'm a writer? She's like, yeah, you've written 3 books. And I go, I've written 3 books? Wow, that's amazing. And I signed it and I gave it to her. And I was like, thank you so much. And then I said to myself, I'm dreaming, but this feels so real. Like I knew it. And then I woke up and I told my sister, I was like, Melinda, I'm a writer. And she's like, you are a writer. You've actually been telling me that you're a writer since I was little. And I said, really? And she's like, yeah, you always said you wanted to write a book. You said you wanted to write 3 books. And I go, I
Oh my
told you
God,
I wanted to
see,
write 3 books. And she's like, yeah. And that was what was in my dream.
I love it. Yeah. So those are messages coming back to you that maybe it's the time to put some energy into that. And you could start with like a couple of hours a week. You just need enough energy to just flow into it. That's what I'm doing like with my weekend sometimes. I'm writing this recipe book and I'm like, well, I've got to put it on the calendar and I just need like 2 hours on a Saturday right now. I'm not in a rush, but yeah.
That's
So
good.
yeah. Tell me more about the body, the nutrition part, like everything that shifted. Because you told me like, hey, I'm in my old clothes again, right? And that was 4 weeks into the program. I
I
think
did
I
what
wrote it
again?
there. You were able to fit your old clothes again.
Oh yeah, I fit into all my clothes now.
Yeah, tell me more about how you're feeling. I remember when we first talked, right? You were like,
Oh,
I'm,
just
yeah,
kidding. That's
so
harsh.
bloated.
I was so bloated. I think also I don't have any gas anymore, which is amazing. But I think I definitely know that it's a certain cheese. That's what I had to figure out because I ate gluten-free pizza the other day and it wasn't regular mozzarella cheese. I forgot what cheese it was. It was from Zalat, this pizza place. And they didn't use mozzarella cheese because when I have mozzarella cheese and gluten-free pizza, like I'm fine. But it
Yeah.
was a different kind of cheese that they put on there. And I was like, I mean, it wasn't anything embarrassing or something, but it's just like I was at home having, a little gas. And I said, oh,
Yeah.
that's strange, you know, so I was like, oh, it's cool to know that it's not everything, you know, it's just like, because slowly bringing that food back in on what was making me feel good and what was making me feel bad. So definitely not gassy anymore. Also, you told me too, because remember I was eating for dinner broccoli, asparagus, or Brussels sprouts.
Yeah.
And if I had too much broccoli in 1 week, that would make me feel bloated. And I didn't realize that because I was doing it for like 3 or 4 days in a row. And you're like, well, you know, you can switch it up. You don't have, you know, try not to have broccoli every night because it may get you bloated like that or gassy. And so I was like, duh. And so now I have, you know, I just switch it up and then I'm much better and it's even. So that's another thing that I didn't even know because I was taught to do meal prep. Or, you know, I don't like to meal prep because I don't like to eat.
I mean, yeah, I know. With meal prep, honestly, there is so much. It's good, but also you're not in tune with your body. Like you don't know what you're gonna feel on Wednesday.
Right.
It's okay to have a few things in the fridge, but I grew up, you know, very like, okay, my mom would meal prep and she was amazing at doing that. But then I'm like, well, maybe I don't feel like eating broccoli today. Maybe I don't feel like eating chicken for the third day in a row. Yeah.
You know, another thing you taught me that was really awesome. So for breakfast, I have oatmeal and with blueberries, and I also have scrambled eggs with spinach. And you said something like, sometimes you'll feel like eating the whole thing and sometimes you won't. So my nutritionist that I had years ago, she was like, you have to eat the whole entire thing because you need this many calories. But you were right. Like sometimes your body just doesn't want it. And I had to give myself permission with, you know, without you saying that, I would not have been able to give myself permission to not finish the oatmeal. Or sometimes I wouldn't finish the eggs or whatever, or I put too much spinach in the egg. So it was too spinachy. And I was still eating it, you know, like before, but you gave me permission, like it is totally okay. You have to listen to your body in regards to that because sometimes you need it and sometimes you don't. And to not freak out about not finishing it, what has really changed big time because I was freaking out on throwing away, you know, some oatmeal.
You're right. And like I said, yeah, sometimes I eat both. I have eggs and oatmeal. I'm just so hungry. There are days that I'm like, I don't know how many calories I'm eating, but I'm just so hungry. And then days where I'm like, I'm just having soups. And that's my body just like cleansing. Just, I know people are like, when are you planning your cleanse? You know, and I'm like, honestly, when I plan, it goes wrong because my body's not ready to do the cleanse, but my body will cleanse, will just tell me. And maybe I would be on a 2 weeks with no coffee and just broth, you know, whatever. Or it just happens naturally when you allow it, when you're like, yeah, today I'm just feeling like that. And then tomorrow you might eat more. So I'm glad that you're getting to that point of like taking yourself out of this controlled way of thinking, like you have to finish it, right? That's the meal plan. You have to introduce this many calories, you know, it's like, yeah. So
Yeah,
I love it.
That's crazy.
And you can still lose weight because obviously it just happened for you so quickly.
I think for me too, it's like I feel good at this weight that I'm at right now. So I haven't even like scaled myself yet, but I'm fitting into my clothes. So I'm like, this feels good. What I'm doing now feels good. I'm not even, I don't want to use the word, I'm not tempted or I'm not inspired to check my weight because I'm like, fine, you know, I feel good.
Yeah.
I'm not bloated. So
that's a great place to be. I don't ever weigh myself, honestly, unless I go to the doctor once a year and they're like, get on the scale. And I'm like, okay, whatever. Because yeah, but other than that, I just feel it in my clothes and that's okay. Like, and also honestly, like it's feeling like, oh, I'm feeling good, whatever weight I am. That's a secret. Like maybe you're not even like at the number you want it to be, or maybe you are, we don't know, but you're feeling amazing, right? You're feeling at peace, and that's what we want. And you might just remember, like I told myself and I tell like women that it's like you're going to see shifts in your weight here and there. You know, I have months or years where I might lose 5 pounds. You know, maybe I'm really stressed out. I regain it back, or I might gain like 5 pounds and then I just lose it, you know, and I'm not worried about that. It's like kind of like accepting that your body but knowing what to do now. Yeah, you know how to like process emotion so you don't hold it in. You know how to not feel bloated or gassy. You know how to follow your body. That's what we want, right? So yeah. I'm so happy. So would you do it again?
Yeah, of course. Are you ready? Yes. You ready for me to sign up now? I'm ready.
It's been an amazing journey. I can't even tell you, like, I love working and see the transformation with people like you. It's amazing. You were ready. I remember.
It was it was so right. Like the timing was perfect, and just everything has been really cool, really smooth. It's very like go with the flow as much as I could, you know, and it is a roller coaster ride because we are breaking through things that have been in my body for such a long time, in my mind for such a long time too. So yeah, it's really cool, you know, and it's cool that you got to see that, you know, that you got to see that and you understand it and everything. Cause I don't think anybody else does, honestly. And I don't need it. I don't need their validation or anything, but it's like,